Hey guys, I've been getting a lot of requests, and I get this like on a regular basis. So regular that I have done videos about this in the past, but I'm getting more questions, so I'm gonna give you guys some equipment suggestions. All right. So first off, I get a lot of people that say, "What are the laws in my area about ID?" and trespassing and all this stuff. You have to understand, I'm not a lawyer. I don't give legal advice. But above and beyond that, I don't know the laws in every single state. They vary from state to state. Let me get this focused in a little better for you guys. The laws vary from state to state, and I don't know the laws in every single state. I can't. So what you need to do is research the laws for your state. It's not that hard. Google is your friend. Better yet, call a lawyer and pay him for a consultation. It'll be the best $100 you ever spent. All right? And find out from a lawyer in your state who's licensed to practice law where you live, what the local laws are, what the local court rulings have been, all of that stuff that you need to know before you start doing this. Now, as for equipment, here's one of my setups, okay, with that infamous Canon sticker, Career Killer Series. All right, so this covers more than just one thing at a time. All right, this is a Canon HFR, I think this was 500. Yeah, HFR 500. Basically what Canon does is each year they change the model designation, and they'll add a couple of features sometimes. Like this one, the bezel here is not threaded. The model subsequent to this had threaded bezel, so you can add filters or whatever. Okay, but this one doesn't have that. It'll say Vixia HFR 400, 500. Okay, those don't have the bezel that's threaded. Everything after 600 has a threaded bezel. The 500 or 400 or 600 tells you what year it was made. 400 is 14, 500 is 15, 600 is 16, etc. so forth. I think they're up to the 900 right now. Good cameras, fairly weather resistant. I have an extended battery pack. Those are what I use primarily, are the extended battery packs. You can see it's numbered, so that I know which one's which. Highly recommend these. You can get them used on eBay for a couple $100 or less, between 100 and 150. Typically is what I pay for them, is $100 or so. All right. I actually prefer the older models, except for I like having that threaded bezel. So the 600 is my preferred model. But I've used the 400, I've used the 500, and without issue. And this 500 is actually one that was damaged by the FBI in, I believe it was McAllen. They damaged the threads, and I did see if I can get you, thread repair there with I epoxied a new nut in. Okay, so this particular setup, this is, you got the GoPro here. So there's, you know what the main camera is now. Primary camera. Now, what I use for body cameras are the GoPro Hero Series 2, the GoPro Hero 2. I've had really good luck with those. I also have a Hero 6 that gives better video quality, but it sacrifices runtime. I can get, with just a standard battery pack, a couple hours out of one of these things. And that's pretty good. This particular one, it's got a sticker case on it, the carbon fiber sticker case, but this particular one was donated to me early on by Onus News Service out in California. So it was one that he and Tom Zimmer had retired, and he was gracious enough to send it to me as a gift, and I have put it to good use. 90% of the body cam footage you see off of me is from this camera, and I have 3 of them now, or 2 of these and 1 of the Hero 6s, but this still gets used a lot. I use this thing like crazy. You can get these used Hero 2s on eBay for around between $30 and $50. And the good thing about buying a used one is that you'll get a lot of accessories with it that you might not otherwise you'd have to buy. And then this is just a GoPro stick with an adapter on it so that I can run both. This is what I use when I'm in a hurry. This is not my preferred setup, because if somebody takes this out of my hand, I don't have a camera on me anymore. I prefer to wear the GoPro on a chest harness right here. That's usually where I have it. But occasionally I've got to get out in a hurry. If I'm covering a crime scene or an accident, and so I'll run that, and I run the GoPro too, because you never know what you're going to get. So that is there. You see one of my setups, and this is predominantly what I'm using. Leon Valley has a Vixia 600, a white one like this, in custody that they've had for, I don't know, over a year now. It doesn't have the GoPro on it, just the main camera and this same grip configuration. All right, so you can't, let's say you want to buy a brand new camera to use for a body camera and have it double up as a, say a dash camera. All right, what I've got for that is this little guy right here. See if I can get the camera to focus in. This is a Mobius first-person view camera, FPV sports camera. Okay, runtime on these is something I have an issue with. They'll only run for about 90 minutes. And what I've done here is I use double-sided sticky tape to put a magnet on there, and I have this little metal disc, so I'll put it under my shirt, and then boom, I've got a body camera. Although more times than not, you'll see it from my hat when it's too, like in the months when it's like really, really hot out, and I don't want to wear that chest harness, I will use one of these on my hat. So you've seen footage from that as well. The Mobius can double as a dash cam. As a matter of fact, I recently set one up for a friend of mine as a dash cam, and I have one set up in the Miata as a dash cam. I rotate it between the Miata and the Jeep. So these on eBay run around $60, brand spanking new. Good little cameras. I find them indispensable. A lot of times when I go into a police department to make a complaint, this is what I carry. It's unobtrusive. It doesn't attract a lot of attention, and I've not had any issues with it as far as having, taking video with it, where they may object to a big camera. Oh, you might hit us with it or something. Well, who are you going to hit with this? Whoever knows what they'll come up with. The other thing you're going to need, as you do this for a minute, is a computer to edit on, and something to store your videos on. You don't want to store them on the computer because it takes a lot of space. If you put them on YouTube, you still want to back them up somewhere. Highly recommend, some kind of external hard drive. I've got a couple of these. This one is a Toshiba that was bought for me early on by some subscribers. I've got another one that was sent to me by another subscriber. You got to have some way to keep your footage backed up, and that's the best way. Additionally, if somebody confiscates your computer, you don't want to have all your footage on it, or your cell phone. You don't want to have all your footage on it because you'll lose it, or at least you lose it. You may not lose it permanently, but you've lost it temporarily. So why go through all that? Have it on a hard drive, store it on a hard drive separate from the computer. All right. So that's it, guys. That's really all I got. You want a cell phone recommendation? iPhone. iPhone. Because they can't hack into it. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. So, you guys, if you have any questions, leave down the comments, and I'll try and answer them. Or if I put this up on my son's channel, he'll send them over to me, and I'll get answers for you. Either way, y'all have a good day and a great evening, and be safe, and I will see you again soon.